If your house is on fire, if you're having a medical crisis, or your safety is in danger, often the first call you make, of course, is 911. That's where you'll hear a calm voice guiding you through the situation. 911 operators and emergency dispatchers in Canada are more than clerical workers. They're frontline responders who may not get enough attention and appreciation. A professor at the University of Winnipeg's Criminal Justice Department is trying to change that. And joining us now is that assistant professor at the University of Winnipeg's Criminal Justice Department, Marcella Cassiano. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah.
I've actually had the privilege of going to the 911 dispatch office, but for our audience who hasn't had that sneak peek, give us sort of the day in the life of those dispatchers.
Sure. So first of all, it's a very hard kind of job. So 90% of the calls, they are just like not super critical. They're just like regular calls, like, you know, regular emergencies. But, you know, so I would say that, you know, but the 10% of the calls that are critical, they are really critical. We're talking about homicide, we're talking about sexual assault, we're talking about babies with problems, we're talking about people having a heart attack. So the work that the communicators or the dispatchers or 911 operators, they do, it's really critical. It's really like the first response, as you said, and we don't really realize that, you know, they actually guide us through how to do a CPR over the phone or how to deliver a baby over the phone, right? They really guide you. And they do a lot of what we call emotional work, which means that they have to calm us down, and you kind of mentioned this, right? It's like they keep us calm while doing and addressing the emergency. But the thing is, with this line of work, you have to be on edge. You are always like hyper vigilant because you don't know if the next call that's going to come through the line, if that's going to be like a super kind of hard call or if it's going to just be like a general kind of emergency. So they have to be on edge all the time, ready to go. They do work 12-hour shifts, so like it takes a toll on the body to be like, you know, like ready all the time. The other thing too that I'd like to emphasize is that they really have to like compartmentalize, because you go from a kind of, you know, not super critical kind of call to a very critical call. So you have to be like, you can't kind of drag your own emotions from one call to the other call. So it's a very kind of hard job, and we, the population, we don't think of them as first responders. We think of them as some call center. We don't even think that it's actually a communication center, that they are, you know, public safety communicators, that they are first responders. So we just think, oh, it's just clerical, just a call center, and it's not like that, right? So anyways, it's a very hard, in a nutshell, it's a very hard job.
In your time, what have you found? What were you looking for?
So we are just, okay, let me just tell you about this project. So this is like we are trying to do a national project. So we started in Alberta with funding from the Alberta government. So we are almost done the research in Alberta, and now we got funding from the Manitoba Medical Service Foundation to do the Manitoba chapter. So here in Manitoba, we are about to start. So here we don't have findings yet. So we are just like hitting the ground now with the research. So the plan is to do an online survey with communicators, and also interview them, do like just like you're doing with me, like a follow-up kind of interview. And the goal of that study is to, first of all, understand their wellness, if if they like their job, if they don't. Second is just to try to understand the factors that influence their jobs, like if they, you know, what are like the stressors, the good things about the job, how they cope with the job. And then the third objective that we have on that study is just like to get knowledge to improve training and education for communicators.